The oldest standing library in the UK is Chetham's Library. The building was made in 1653 and is located in Manchester. After that was built, there was a boom of new public libraries being built due to the Public Libraries Act of 1850. The Act allowed local boroughs to establish and build libraries that would be free for the public to use.
To this day, there are 3,667 libraries in the UK, including mobile. COVID-19, while now declared over, has had a long-standing impact on this. While not being overly popular before, people still tend to avoid these libraries, with 65% of them finding a decrease in physical loans. But why are libraries so important, and why should you use them?
Firstly, libraries have access to so many different book genres, which is something that a bookshop can't always guarantee, especially when it comes to educational books like trying to learn a language. Librarians are extremely knowledgeable about their library, and if you ask them, they could tell you exactly where to find a certain genre, or even perhaps a certain book if you ask.
I've worked for Barnsley Libraries for 15 years this year. I always wanted to work at a library when I was young. I was a librarian at school, in the school library, and I considered doing library at college. Yeah, I do read for pleasure. Sometimes you feel like you're reading a bit for work because you need to keep abreast of the new stuff coming out, but yeah, I do read for pleasure a lot, yeah.
If you were to persuade someone to read, what would you tell them?
Oh, that's a tough question. I think it depends on the age. I do like working with the younger children and finding a book for them that captures their imagination and what they're interested in. And that same principles kind of apply to grown-ups as well. We do get a lot of older people coming back to the library now. We've got this new building, they're coming back in and rediscovering books, so that's really good. Yeah. It is slowly getting back to normal. It did take quite a while. We still had a service online while we were in lockdown, so people were using that a lot as e-books and audio books. And we did open up quite quickly again to let people drop books off and pick books up. We had very strict procedures in place.
Yeah.
But it did slowly take people, I think with everywhere, time to come back in. But now we seem to be getting back to normal again.
We sent out a survey, and around 35% of our respondents who didn't visit the library told us they would go more if they only had more time. Many people may not realise this, but as the years go on and technology advances, libraries have to follow to keep their patriots. Your local library may have an app where you can learn ebooks and audiobooks from your own home. The majority of libraries do use the Libby app, which can be found on iOS or Android, but you could always check with your local library just to make sure that that is the app that you'll be using.
So many people can read one book, but it will never be the same book for everybody. So it's just, yeah. And if you don't like reading, it's usually because you haven't found the right book yet. That's my opinion anyway. I think Green Rider by Kristen Britton, that's one of my favourites. It's a whole series and I've probably read that several times, and she keeps releasing new books, so obviously I have to go back and read it all from the beginning every time she releases a new book. But yeah, that's my favourite.
Do you think that people should use the libraries more?
Yes, absolutely. I think the library should be the heart of any institution because it's where you can go to start finding your information. Usually if you can't find something, there's usually somebody who knows how to find the information, and it's just, yeah, it's for everybody.
Many people see libraries as a thing solely for books, to take out, read, return and repeat. But what if we told you libraries can offer so much more? From toddlers to adults, libraries have many different things for everyone. We looked at the Lightbox Light Room, which is located in Barnsley, and we found some, but not all, of the activities they have to offer. For the younger ones, there are reading groups, Lego clubs, craft clubs, etc. And for the adults, there are craft groups and even social activities which you can find on the website. So, how often do you visit the library? Libraries are a great privilege for those who can't afford books, or maybe even to see if you want to read a series before you make the ultimate choice of buying one. Be sure to check with your local libraries to see new events or even just find a book you've been wanting to read. We're The Bookshelf. I'm Ray Mitchell and we thank you for watching.